Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yahweh Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. But just going into the topic of Babylon the Great or America being cleansed with fire. All right, fire is a cleansing agent, and the type of fire that's going to clean this land is nuclear fire. All right, and one of the reasons why it has to be cleansed is because it's defiled. All right, let me start with this. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." All right, and we understand how America was established. All right, you can go into the history, you can see the receipts, you can see how Esau established this place, or how he took it. All right, how he conquered, how he colonized it. And it was by what? By the blood of the saints, all right, by the blood of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So him spilling the blood on this land, what did it do? It defiled it. All right, now this land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So Esau has to be, he has to be killed. All right. Now, one of the ways that it's gonna go down is the Lord is gonna have a great sacrifice over here in the land of America. Okay, and he's gonna do it by way of thermonuclear destruction. All right. Let me jump over here. This is Numbers 31. And let me just start at 21, just to prove that fire is a cleansing agent. It says, "And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, you shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, and all that abideth not in the fire you shall make go through the water." All right, and it says, "And you shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and you shall be clean, and afterward you shall come into the camp." But showing you what that fire is a cleansing agent. Okay, so again, this place being polluted, America, Babylon the Great being polluted, it has to be cleansed. All right, and one of the cleansing agents is thermonuclear fire. Okay, and you know, there was water is also a cleansing agent, and you know the first death, okay, was by way of the flood, which cleansed the whole earth. Now you're gonna have that second death, which is gonna be by fire, which is also gonna clean the parts that are defiled. All right, specifically over here in the land of America. This is Isaiah 24, and let me start at straight to the point. Verse 5, it says, "The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof." And who's in charge of the earth? All right, Job 9 and 24, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked." He's in charge of what happens. All right, he's in charge of establishing his law. He's in charge of what goes down here. And again, you know, we mentioned it earlier. All right, this land was defiled. All right, specifically America was defiled by Esau. And again, what's going on now? Well, it's also being defiled, and by way of what? More so now, it's being defiled by the philosophies. All right, all the different abominations, the idol worship. All right, all the sick things that Esau does and pushes out. It causes the land to be defiled. All right, it says, "The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws." And this is a big part of it. Esau, you know, being the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, he's adversary or adverse to the Lord. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai. And being adverse, what happens? Well, he sets up a system that goes contrary to what the Lord has set up. All the laws that Yahweh Shem Shai set up, this man goes against them. And again, it tells you in Psalms the 10th chapter that this Edomite, all right, the wicked, they don't think about the Lord. So do you think they think about doing good? Now, what comes out of somebody who goes against the Lord, who pushes out abomination, and who actually exercises and participates in abomination. Well, everything is defiled. Okay? It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. So again, this place being defiled, it has to be burned because of what? Fire is a cleansing agent. All right? And this is the only way that America is going to be cleansed. All right? And we're going to get a couple more scriptures. But just going to show you that, the Lord is angry with this place, and it really has to be cleaned up. Esau has done such a job of defiling the earth, polluting the earth, that the Lord has to clean it up. And again, he has to clean it by way of fire. That's how defiled this place is. All right. Let me jump over here. This is Revelation 14. And I'll start at verse 8. It says, "And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen." Going into what? The modern day Babylon is code for America, if you could receive it. All right. Babylon is confusion. America represents confusion. "Is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." And this is how you know it's talking about modern day Babylon, because America is this great city that goes all over the world. And part of that defiling, all right, is defiling all these nations by way of that wine, the philosophies that are pushed out here, the capitalism, the democracy. All right, ultimately everything that goes against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is pushed right out of here in Babylon. All right. It says Babylon is fallen. So, the Lord is going to cause this place to fall. The great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand." And this is a big part of that wine. All right, is this image. All right, this system that Esau is pushing. All right, by way of the beast, which is NATO and the EU, headed by America. All right, but the one who rides that beast, or the one who controls it, is Esau. All right, the last nation to rule before Israel would come to power. It says, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand," going into the MOTB, the C-hip, "the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture unto the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb." All right. So now, what is this? This is nuclear fire. All right, and also, destruction or fire by way of those laser beams coming from the chariots. But those who participate in this man's system, those who go along with it, who worship the system, who actually take the MOTB, well, they're going to be destroyed right along with this system and this country, all right, or this kingdom, America. That's that fire and brimstone. Again, code, all right, or a metaphor, if you will, if you can receive it, for that thermonuclear destruction. And it says, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So as Yahushua comes back with the whole host of heaven, this place is going to be destroyed, and all those who participated and were invested along with it. All right. Let me jump over here. Isaiah 66 and 16. Let me start at 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." So again, the chariots are going to have a big part of this destruction. All right. Along with that thermonuclear fire, the chariots are going to do some damage. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." And this is the great destruction, the second death that's going to partake over here in America. So when the Lord comes back, when he starts really getting down, all right, and ultimately leading up to that last destruction, there's going to be a lot of people dying. All right, a lot of people dead. Okay? And this is what has to happen, okay? Because again, this earth is defiled. The people who run it are defiling it. So they have to be taken out of power. This little kingdom that they have established to push their power, it's going to be destroyed. And they're going to be destroyed right along with it. All right, save the elite. But everybody except the elect over here that's in the land of America are going to be destroyed when these nukes go off. All right. Joel, the 2nd chapter, and I'll just start from the top. All right, and it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, and this is fastly approaching. All right, hey, you go into the whole testimony of Yahushua, it is what? It's the spirit of prophecy. Okay, and prophecy means to say before. The Lord has put specific prophecies in the scriptures for his men, the prophets, all right, to break down or to get the understanding by way of the Holy Spirit to warn the flock, all right, to send the warnings out, hey, whether they hear, whether they forbear. But nonetheless, the warning is going out that this place is going to be destroyed. It says a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not ever been the like, neither shall there be any more after, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a destruction. All right, and you know, everything leading up to it. All right, you're going to see a lot of apparitions. All right, you know, Apostle and the beloved brothers, Kanak and another elder from Dallas, they went into it. All right, you're going to see a lot of strange things. You know, going into, you know, the plagues that were once brought upon Egypt. Well, the scriptures talk about the plagues coming back as before. All right, you're going to see a lot of, you know, people bugging out. Scriptures talk about the men's hearts failing them for fear. You know, a lot of skirmishes, a lot of sedition, love of many waxing cold, you know, teeth of wild beasts. You're going to see a lot of strange things. Okay, because why? This is the end. This is the actual end. And again, the whole cherry to top it off, which the brother Kanak had mentioned it. Hey, the strange work is this thermonuclear destruction. All right, that's utterly going to destroy the whole of America. It says, verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. And you know, this is beautiful. You know, I was doing some traveling earlier. And, you know, specifically here in California, you have, you know, a lot of beauty of the Lord's creation. You know, all these different mountains and the different sceneries. But nonetheless, it has to be destroyed. It has to be cleansed because it's defiled. All right. Now, what does it say? It says, the land is as the garden of Eden before them. So, you know, a lot of beautiful parts here. All right. Specifically here in America. But it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. But this place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be a wilderness, a desert. All right? This is what the Lord is going to do to this place because it is defiled. All right? And because he has promised to destroy this place, to make it an example of what happens when you go against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? It says, the appearance of them is the appearance of horses, as horsemen shall they run. And this, if you can receive it, all right, this is going into these missiles. All right, the appearance of horses as horsemen, representing that power, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap. You know, and if you ever heard a missile going off, that thing's loud. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. And you had a good example of this when they had that alert or that warning over there in Hawaii. All right, but how much more when these nukes are actually shot off and these people see it? All right, they're going to be pained. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one in his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. So the Lord is going to have these nukes in order. However order he's going to have them. And they're not going to break their ranks. All right. They're not going to miss their targets. Neither shall one thrust another. They're not going to, make one of them destroy the missiles run into each other. It says they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. So there's not going to be any type of missile defense system that's going to be able to destroy these missiles. All right. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Going into that that big mushroom cloud. They call it what is it, like a nuclear holocaust, nuclear winter. All right. But it says what? The earth shall quake. Scriptures say the earth is going to rock to and fro because of all the nukes that are going to go off here. All right. It says, then the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? All right. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Hey, who's going to be able to abide it? Well, hey, even the elect are going to be saved up out of it. They're not going to have to partake in this destruction. All right. The Lord is going to save them up with the chariots. All right. But again, this place is going to be cleansed. It's going to be cleansed by that thermonuclear fire. All right. Now, end off on this. This is Revelation 9. It says, straight to the point. Verse 16, it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. All right. So if you ask yourself, how is this place going to be utterly destroyed? Well, the Lord is going to let loose. All right. Hey, the scriptures talk about all those who bend the bow, talking about every one of these nations that have nuclear capabilities. And you see right now, even the ones that call themselves allies to America. But you can see now that, with all this talk about Trump pulling out of NATO, these European countries talking about they need to make, basically a defense for themselves and not depend on America. You can see how the talking points are headed towards these other nations coming against America. But the scriptures specifically say this is going to happen. All right. So everyone who has nuclear capabilities, and it says what? 200,000, which is 200 million nukes. Okay? And thus, and whatever Esau might say, however, the official number of missiles there is, hey, the Lord said what he said. All right? And of course, these countries always lie about their numbers. All right? Especially Esau. It says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, going into those warheads, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And there's that brimstone again. All right. What did we read that in? Or was it it was Revelation 14. All right. The same brimstone. It says, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these were the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth, again going into those warheads, and in their tails, which is the missile, the thrust. All right. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Lord's will, is edifying. But again, this place, America, is going to be cleansed by fire, and that fire that's going to cleanse it is that thermonuclear fire. All right. This place is defiled. This place, Esau has defiled it, specifically with the blood of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Lord is going to cleanse it by way of fire. All right. Again, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and above.